All right. So in this module, we'll be going through I'm not interested, right? So let's say you pitch them. You say the opener, you pitch them, and then immediately they say, no, man, I'm not interested, or no, thank you, I'm not interested. I appreciate a call. Now, there's two scenarios that is possible from here. One, they immediately hang up, so they're in a rush. Oh, no, I'm not interested. So when they pick up, they already will be in a rush in that scenario, right? So it'll be, yeah, hello, who's this? Okay. And then you pitch, they'll be like, no, I'm not interested, and then hang up. If they hang up immediately, that's totally fine. If they give you 2 seconds, like you see that, okay, you know what, there is some chance, like they did not immediately hang up. What you do is immediately go into MSQ. First, diffuse the scenario, right? So they say, I'm not interested, but appreciate a call though. That's totally fine. Like, try to get it as soon as possible. Yeah, that's totally fine. Have the tonality as well. The tonality is very important there. So, yeah, that's totally fine. And then MSQ, can I ask you a quick question before I let you go? It'll be like, yeah, sure. Sometimes, if you really, if it's not, the mood is not set properly, the opener has not been set in the right tonality, the MSQ might not work, but more often than not, the MSQ will work. They'll be like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Then you go into these questions. Now, we will call this interest gaining questions about current situations. There's like a couple or like 2-3 different types of interest gaining questions loops, but this one is for current situations. So we understand in this loop, we will understand what the current situation looks like right now, and then we'll try to analyze possible gaps within that situation, and then we'll try to help them gain clarity about what we do, how that might be of any help, and we will ask them if that is something that you might be open to looking into. If they say I'm not interested beginning of the call, you cannot directly go into but you know what, we do this and this. Is that something that you'll be? No, they will hang up. So we need to make sure that they go through it, and then we have a in-depth conversation, and they accept it from their end that this is what they're doing right now. There's still room for growth, and then once we make them feel understood, again, the purpose of the call is to make them feel understood. Then we get the outcome that you're looking for, a possible meeting from there. So let's go into the questioning, right? So interest gaining questions. First of all, the question would be, yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, no worries. Can I ask a quick question before I let you go? Yeah, sure. Oh, cool. So just so I gain some understanding about your situation, right? That's like a cushion. I'll be sharing more about cushion questions, but give a justification. Why are you asking a question? Just so I understand a bit about your situation. How are you generating applications right now? Is it mostly through kind of like referrals, or how does it look like? Now, this is the step 3 of the basic structure, right? So we get into the basic structure again, right? And that's how we gain control in the situation right now and take it from I'm not interested to at least having a conversation. Now, until the next 3 questions, our goal is to forget what our ideal outcome is. We want a meeting, yes, but forget about the meeting right now. Once you ask this question, they'll be like, yeah, it's referrals, like, some past client data and stuff like that. Once they say that, you affirm the fact, okay, you know what, I mean, referrals take a long time to build, right? It takes a long time to build referrals. It's not that easy. I mean, just out of curiosity, how long have you been in this industry though? Right? So now we're talking about them, their entire business so far, and people love to talk about them, and they will give you ammo now. They'll be like, yeah, like 15 years. If it's like more than 10 years, you can say, of course, that's almost a decade, right? And that will more often than not, like 90% of the time, it'll be like there will be a slight chuckle, and it'll lighten up the mood. So you can ask, yeah, of course, I mean, it makes sense. It's almost a decade, right? If it's 20 years, it's like couple decades. Of course, it makes sense. If it's less than 10 years, it'll be like, yeah, I mean, that's quite some time. That makes sense. I mean, can I ask a quick question? So you want to primarily focus on referrals right now to like grow your business and maybe like, hit the business goals that you are striving towards? Like, is that correct? Is referrals what you want to primarily focus on, right? Now, here in this line, in this sentence, right, it's important that we use the word right now, because now the purpose of this question is like them answering this as yes, which is probably yes, otherwise they would be interested from the get-go, which they're not. So it's in their interest to say yes, but by saying yes, they also give up the fact that yes, there is business goals that they're striving towards, and yes, they would like to grow their business. So now they cannot say moving forward that, oh, you know what, my business is doing good enough, I don't want to grow anymore, thank you for your time. They can't say that because we are actually talking about them right now. And I'm asking, is referrals the primary focus that you are focusing on right now to kind of like, grow the business and maybe like take it to the next level where, the business goals that you're striving to hit? Is referrals the primary source? It would be like, yeah, referrals the primary source. Okay, I mean, like, just, I'm curious. I mean, what about referrals do you like the most that made you stick to it for the longest time? What do you like about referrals? Again, forget what our goal is. Like, yes, we are understanding the person now, understanding his business situation right now, right? And we are completely detached from the outcome now. What about referrals do you like the most? In this point, he or she will be saying that, referrals are more trustworthy. It's coming from a mutual connection. The closing rates are higher. I have to deal with less paperwork and then get more deals closed from there. The most of the industry is like dependent on realtor referrals, so it's the best business model that I could ever ask for, right? Now, by this answer, we also know that for them personally, what are the things that's important, right? And in our service, we also can get them like, as close to referrals, but in higher volume. So referrals is not predictable. The problem with referrals is like, it's not predictable. Problem with referrals is like, you cannot ask for more. It just comes to you. It's not under your control, right? But the offer that we have, the service that we are providing, most often than not, like most of the times, it's like, it's like 90% of the time, it's helping them add more volatility. It's making the business more lucrative by adding more flow of business coming in where they can play around with it, have more sense of control, and then even can grow the referral network even faster than what they're doing right now, right? But just since they don't know these skills, they're unable to do it. So now once they say all these things up, now we know that this is what they want, and now I can connect these things with our service, right? So now we have understanding about their situation right now. They have a goal. They are trying to grow the business. And, how long have they been in the industry? Now we will restate. This restatement is for making them feel understood. When you restate something, you include all the points that we have discussed so far, and it makes them feel, yes, we are on the right page. People feel understood. The purpose is solved, right? Purpose is solved. So restate the points discovered so far. Okay, so referrals is like, people come to you. There's like a mutual warm connection there. So the conversations are warmer. They know they will be talking to Cindy. And it's not just, you calling them up and then expecting them to know you. And then like you don't have to sell them. It's like they're already sold on the idea and they're actually looking to make a change. They're looking to buy a property. They have the right income, the DDS, the credit score is there, stuff like that, right? So whatever they shared, you confirm. Oh, that is why that's what makes it. That's what you love the most about referrals, right? Is that correct? Yeah. I mean, can I suggest you something, or can I share a suggestion? Right. Can I suggest you something? Yeah. And now this is the transition. Now in this transition, we will be kind of giving our USP in a way that makes them say, yes, okay, I would be open to listening what you have to say now. And the reason they would more often than not say yes to this is because we have listened to their situation now. We have listened to them. We have detached ourselves from what we want. We were selfless, and we have already made them feel understood. Now it's the law of reciprocity that, okay, when you give someone something, they give you back, right? That's the law of reciprocity. Now that is going to be kicking in this transition. So now you will say like, of course, like, nothing can beat referrals, right? Referrals is the best, like the most easiest deals to convert, right? But if you get like, tell me if this makes sense. Like if you get more of like a higher volume of people with the same, criteria which you're getting from referrals, like, the DTI is there, the income is there, the credit score is there, and they're looking to make a purchase in the next 3 to 4 months, and they know that they're going to be talking to Cindy, and they know about you a bit, right? Maybe like referrals is like a 9 out of 10, but these are more volume of 7 out of 10, which is more under your control, and people reaching out to you instead of you reaching out to them, which is as similar to the referrals as possible, but gives you more control. Is that something, or if that's the case, would you be opposed to even having a look at something like that by any chance? Right? You can add by any chance, or just say it like that, right? Depends on the person. Now, they will say that, I mean, sure. And then you get the compliance. They say, yeah, sure, I would be open to exploring it. What have you got? Like, what do you guys do? Or, and if he doesn't say that, if he just says, yeah, sure, then you can get into the basic structure, step 4, like, just let me just give you a quick rundown of what we do. And then you tell me if it makes sense for you, okay? And then you say the process customized to what they have shared with you. For example, yeah, I mean, we find home buyers from Facebook and Instagram so that we can, ensure exclusivity there, and then, add more, check them with the metrics that you share with us, like, the credit score is there and stuff like that. All the customization part that can be said here that would make sense to them, instead of just saying the basic stuff that we have. All right. Don't say the basic stuff in these cases. Once you say that, and then ask a question like, does it make sense? Right? So instead of, don't in this point, right, in the step 4 of the basic structure, or when you share the process, don't say, can I share with you how we do it? Don't ask for permission. Take charge. Say, let me just give you a quick rundown of how we do it, and tell me how does it sound to you, and then get into what we do. Right? Don't wait for permission. Right? And then end with a question there. So that's how you can get back into the basic structure. Now you say this thing, and then they will be like, okay, yeah, makes sense. All right, cool. I mean, like, yeah, I would like to explore this further with you. And then next steps of the basic structure, and book the meeting. That's pretty much it. So this is what in interest gaining questions for current situations, we'll be using this for if someone says I'm not interested, right? So again, I'm not interested. That's totally fine. Diffuse. That's totally fine. No worries. I mean, like, can I ask a quick question before I let you go? Yeah, sure. Okay, and then get to this interest gaining questions, current situation loop. Okay.